In African society, a woman is believed to be inferior. There are things they're not expected to do. They are not supposed to be influential in the society. So today, we'd like to invite you, our viewers all over the world, to African Woman Open Talk Show with the PT. We are speaking about the African woman, not the continent. Wherever you are, all over the world, this is your show. We want to invite you. Your host today is MC Biela. And we have our vision bearer, prophetess Teresa, the PT herself today. And before I allow her to speak, I would like also to allow my sister to introduce herself, please.
Thank you so much. I am so excited about this talk show because women need to realize how powerful we are.
Oh, yes.
Aren't we powerful?
Yeah.
We are so powerful and we are capable of doing anything and everything.
Yeah.
Especially as African women, we need someone to help us change our mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
I am an African model. I am an African worshiper.
Yes.
I'm doing all of this and I'm confident in myself. And you need to realize, and you know what? I think that's exactly why we have the vision bearer, PT in the house,
Oh, yeah.
prophetess Teresa.
Oh, yes.
Wow. What a mighty moment just to be in the presence of beautiful daughters and all of you viewers. As they have said, this is African Women Open Talk Show. And we just want to speak about women, and especially us as African women, because of our backgrounds, because of our bringing, because of all the issues that we go through. And Stella here, she started by saying that in African culture, a woman is seen as an inferior, looking at it like women, a time has come, you be awakened to your destiny. Stop looking at yourself like nothing. I call it grasshopper complex. Stop seeing giants and you see yourself minimal. Arise, there is power in you. Naki has just said, she's a black woman, she's a model.
Yes.
She is doing it all and she's proud of being an African. She has not bleached herself, by the way. She is, this is her complexion, So a time has come as women, we need to embrace who we are, and we need to realize also we are in a new century.
Yes.
We are in 21st century where things are moving very fast and where things have changed from the time of our parents
Yeah.
till now.
Yes.
When I look at you, whereby I know a bit of your story,
Yes.
where you are a divorced person,
Yes.
and I'm sure your divorce, there's a way it might
Makes
have
you
been, involved with the culture and
Yes.
all that.
Yes.
And looking at you being a black woman, there are things also you are told you had to do in your marriage.
A lot. Actually, when you are about to get married, there are things that you're imparted, like you're supposed to be doing this or worshiping a man this, doing a man this. But no one tells you you can also be this in the society you're treating. So when you go there with the things that your mother think you should do because she did to the father and your grandfather, and then you do them, and then you become actually very inferior. The grasshopper thing you speak about yourself. And then when you become that inferior, you become, you lose self-control, you lose self-respect and confidence in yourself. And at the end of the day, like for divorce, as you've spoken, being divorced in our society is
Unacceptable.
you're already an alien. You're not
Yes.
from this world. You are left in the society, you're left in everywhere. And at the end of the day, you feel isolated and very, very minimal in the society.
And that's why we have a lot of women going through toxic relationships.
Exactly.
And they don't know whom to speak to because in our culture, you can't just go to your parents and tell them that, my husband is beating me up. Or, my husband is abusing me emotionally because they'll tell you there is no divorce. You have to run back very fast. You run to the church tells you the Bible says no divorce.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of women dying through these toxic shocks,
It's
and
very true.
that's why I'm really concerned about African women, and I feel a
Yes.
time has come. Somebody needs to address these issues,
Yes. Yeah.
And I am a woman of God, and I am here to address you and let you know that some things they don't have a book.
Yep.
You just need to have wisdom and read between the lines and make the right decision at the right time in the right place. Looking at Naki being a young model, you
Yeah.
know, and who is typical African woman because she has grown in Tanzania. She has never left this country to live somewhere else. She has just visited other countries. And I'm sure there are challenges you go through, you know, as a young lady.
Definitely, definitely. Especially because I'm in a generation where we're totally different from my parents' time, my father's time.
Yeah.
Your granny's time.
Yes. So it's very hard for the people who are older than us to relate to anything that I want to do. There's a lot of people that nowadays women come up front to do it.
Yeah.
And it's always seen as something that's disrespectful,
Yeah.
something that doesn't make sense to people who are older. So it's so hard for young people to relate to this generation, especially in Africa, no doubt about it.
And I can imagine, like, those days, if you could have told your granny then that you want to become a model, they think you're going to be a prostitute.
Oh,
Immediately,
sure.
as an
For
African woman,
sure.
you're saying, how are you going to be walking in your bikini there? How are you going to be looking this way? So
Definitely.
that would have not been a choice for you.
Yes.
But we thank
So-
God that with the generation that we are
Yeah.
in, we can, you know, turn the tables around. And that's why we are here today.
Yeah, maybe you can help us understand what are the causes that make a woman in Africa feel inferior, because I'm sure there are many who are looking at us who are trying to understand maybe what's their reasons, especially women who are out there but they're African.
I really have to be honest. How I feel about it is that it is the foundation that we can, you know, what we've grown into and where we've come from.
Yeah.
And because you come from a society where your brother is given a higher chance of, you know, going to a better school
Yes.
or doing well in school.
Yes.
And if your brother says he's getting married, there's always that celebration that,
Excitement.
you know, my son. It's always about boys and
Yeah.
girls are always put aside.
Yeah.
So we have grown into being shown we are nothing. Men comes first and then women second. But as I've grown to being a woman and exposed into different countries and different women,
Yes.
and especially being a woman of God, I've
Yeah.
read the word of the Lord, and it's very clear
Come on.
that a woman was created with God's own image.
Yes.
The man, the same.
Yeah.
So I've realized as women, we need to define ourselves. And we need to stop allowing the society to suppress us, to disgrace us. And with the new generation, personally,
Yeah.
with my daughters,
Yeah.
I have a daughter who is, you know, 22.
Yes.
I encourage her to dress up like, you know, to look good
Yeah.
according to her age,
Yes.
to look beautiful, but at the same time, to maintain her principles.
Yes.
Okay, so now we need to reach a point where we can balance. But there are two things we first need to understand. God created a woman and a man with his own image. That's number one.
Yes.
Number two, you have to realize God created a woman to have authority just the same as a man. Why? Because according to the Bible, it says that let's create them with our own image. And then it says, when you go to chapter 2, chapter 3 there, you will see, and it says, let's give them dominion over every creature.
Yes.
So let's give them authority.
Yes.
So it did not say, let's give a man authority. It says, let's give them authority.
Oh.
So the man and the woman, they have been given the same authority. But what makes us get surprised and keep on sitting on the grass, it is because we are shown like we're nothing, so we pull back.
Yeah.
That's the nature of a woman.
Yeah.
You show a woman that she's not acceptable in your place,
Yes.
she pulls back.
Yes, that's very true.
So this is our main problem. So a time has come as women, we need to break that. We need to break that foundation. We just take the good principles we are told. We are told to be a great mother.
Yes.
You are told to be a great wife. So such we should maintain. It's not everything we change, but we are told also, you know, that there's some jobs we can't do. Now that needs to be broken. And we need to know that we can do any kind of a job.
Yeah.
You can be a president, you can be a minister,
Yes.
you can be a woman of God,
Yes.
you can be a prophet, you
Yes.
can be an apostle.
Yes.
Actually, the first apostle was a woman.
Come on.
That's the one who took the gospel of Jesus Christ to the disciples.
And tell them.
So as a woman, you can be anything that you want to be. You just need to accept yourself as a woman and take your position. But when you go back home, now where you become a wife,
Balance.
you need to know where the balance comes from.
Yeah.
Because you need to take your position as a helper. And you need to take a position as a wife, and you let your husband be the head of the home.
Yeah.
But out there, you can be a CEO,
Yeah.
you can be an engineer.
Yeah, and one thing, that's what I was asking myself, because prophetess, we know a little bit about you. You are a businesswoman, you know, with your brand. You are a wife, you are a prophet. How do you manage all that and still be an African woman, you know?
I'm going to be speaking this when we come back.
Yeah.
Stay connected to be transformed. Welcome back, our viewers. This is African Woman Open Talk Show with me here, Prophetess Triza. Many they call me PT. Any can do. I am an African woman, just in case you didn't know. Now, she asked me a question here.
Yes.
This is MC Bera, for those who did not, watch the first session. And this is Naki. She's a model and an African woman.
Yes.
So this is all about you as an African woman
Yes.
and me and us.
Yes.
So you asked me a question actually
Yes.
about how I balance
Your
my life,
yes.
because I'm a woman of God, I'm a businesswoman,
Yes.
I am a wife, I am a mother to a
Mother.
teenager. And I am a mother to some grown young ladies and
Yeah.
also to some toddlers.
Yeah.
Actually, life is about having priorities. So you need to see what comes first.
Yes.
So number one, God comes first with me. You
Yes.
know that.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone else there, put God first. But there's a difference between God and ministry. So God comes first,
Yeah.
then my marriage, my children,
Yes.
my ministry, my other family members, then my business.
Wow.
So this is how I balance.
Yeah.
So you might find like I'm taking so much time in ministry, but I make sure I spend quality time with my
the family.
children, you know?
Yeah.
And I try my best also with my husband because he's also working and, he's sometimes home, sometimes busy. So sometimes we clash with times.
Yeah.
But I do my best. In short, do the best you can in everything you do.
Yeah.
However, in our second session, we're going to be discussing in deeper how as a woman you need to balance this.
Yes, we
But
need
for
that.
now, let's continue by looking at, the issues that surrounds women.
Yes.
You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the issue of how to dress, for example. That's something that we really need to touch on because with African people, African parents even, it's so hard to know what to wear, what not to wear. You'll be used to wearing something,
Yeah.
but when you go see your parents, you have to make sure you're wearing something that,
Different.
is completely different. So how can we be confident? How can we be fierce, but still respect ourselves as women? Balance all of that.
Yeah. Actually, I would look at it like, how as a young woman do you balance all this? You're dressing, and
Yeah.
still I said you have to maintain your principles.
Yes.
How do you bring all this together
Yes.
to make your
Yes.
parents happy, to make the society happy,
Exactly.
and to be happy as a person?
Exactly, yeah.
In life, you have to do what matters to you. You have to see what makes you happy for as long as you do with humility. Like make sure it doesn't hurt people you love and people who surround you. For example, as a young lady, you're looking beautiful, by the way. You look so beautiful, and yet you're only 19 years, and you can wear an African attire.
Yeah.
Still, you look beautiful, and it's not a Dira, it's not a Maxi. So you just need to balance. Personally, I'm a very modern woman of God, where I've seen many women actually in ministry, not even men, having issues with how I am dressed, and they would actually even throw my pictures in, in charts and discuss what kind
Wow.
of a woman, how can she wear jeans, how can she wear this. But you know what?
Yeah.
As long as I am dressed in a way that I am comfortable,
Yes.
and God has no problem with it because God says He's after my heart.
Yeah.
Okay? So my heart, I've dressed it accordingly because I dress it with the Word of God.
Yeah.
the way you see me dressing like this, not many women of God actually can dress like
Yeah,
this.
that's very true.
They feel, oh, your hands should not be out, or your legs should not be out, your hair. They even speak about my lipstick,
Yeah,
so
a
they
lot.
feel uncomfortable with that. But the truth is, we are not in those days of Abraham,
Yes.
even though we declare we are children of Abraham.
Yes.
I'm sure if they were here with us at this point, they will also be updated. So if we're going to win young people like you, then we're going to dress in a way that you will feel, you will feel connected with me.
Yeah.
So as a young lady and as an African woman, you should never lose out yourself to dress naked. I've seen girls walking half naked. I would not say that is a traditional of any culture. No, it is people who just decide on that. But as an African woman, I don't see anything wrong wearing a trouser,
Yes.
looking beautiful, as long as you maintain your principles to keep yourself, to keep yourself well, to hold on your dignity.
Yes.
Don't lose your dignity as an
Yeah.
African woman.
Yes.
In simple, actually, don't lose your dignity as an African woman. So
Yes.
sometimes there's a way you can dress and it can make you look like somebody else out there. So you need to see what you want to look like. Do you want to look like
Portraying it.
a prostitute?
dress
Do you want to
up well.
look like an office woman?
Yeah.
Do you want to look like a CEO?
Yeah.
Do you want to look like a wife of somebody?
Yes.
It is up to you to make a decision. See if you're a wife, how does your husband perceive you when you dress in a certain way? As a young lady, when you walk out there, how do people perceive you?
Yeah.
So you need to see what makes you comfortable and what makes you look well. Again, there's an outfit for every occasion.
Yes. Everywhere you go.
Definitely, if you find me out for a romantic dinner with my husband, I look totally different.
I hope we won't find you with the Dela one.
No way, you know your mother here. I'm gonna look hot for my husband.
Yes.
I don't care if I meet you there as my spiritual daughter or my spiritual son. What are you doing in my business with my husband?
Yeah.
In my bedroom, I'll dress properly for bedroom.
Yes.
I think we're going to speak about dressing
need to. We
in one
need
of these fine days, yeah?
Yes, we need this. But today we just want to encourage one woman who was feeling inferior, was feeling like they cannot make a touch, make a change in their society, make a change in their homes, make a change in their workplaces. Prophet, please, I want you to encourage one woman because Nak and I, we are testimony, trust me.
Yes.
We are testimony of what she has done. I was not an MC today. I'm an MC for weddings, for every couple.
You never
and
even used to
everything.
dress like this.
Yes.
Yes.
And I dress properly nowadays. It's part of our teaching. So please, can you tell a woman who's looking at us today, African women, how they can find themselves confident again?
Woman, you're out there. You're an African woman.
Yeah.
Don't even try to bleach yourself to become a Mzungu or to be white.
Uh-uh.
Just be the collection that God created you to be.
Yes.
Be the person you are. I want to tell you, you're beautiful, you're acceptable, you are capable, you are forgivable.
Yes.
You are an African woman. And by you being connected with this African Woman Open Talk Show that is going to be coming live to you every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Check us on YouTube. I want to tell you just one word. Arise and shine. It is time you be awakened to your destiny. Stop being a person who has been created by society, by people who surround you. Be the person God has created you, and God has created you with his own image.
Yes.
You are beautiful. Arise.
Yes.
Stop dying with your problems. We are here to reason together so that we can put a smile on you. And I tell you, next time, we're going to bring a great topic, especially for women, toxic relationship. We need to look at it.
Wow. I think we can all agree that was so powerful. I think right now, any woman who is sitting and watching us, I think by now you know that you are capable of doing so much. Be confident in yourself. Just love yourself. As a young woman, as an old woman, whether you are married, whether you're not married, whether you have children or no children, just know that you shall arise. Just like PT, Prophetess Teresa has said,
Yeah, thank you so much, Naki. Thank you, PT, for what you have spoken. I know somebody's encouraged, somebody's changed, somebody is recharged. The confidence is
Yeah,
up
the
right
woman
now.
has stopped being a grasshopper, you know,
Yeah.
like walking like a grasshopper complex. No, it's no longer there. No inferiority complex. Women,
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
women of influence.
Yeah, so now we are charged. I want to invite you to our next episode. Do not miss next Wednesday. Put your comment down there, subscribe, like, and share with your friends, and put your comment. We shall answer it the next episode. PT in the house with my sister Naki. It's MC Biela. Thank you so much. It's African Woman Open Talk Show Awards. Do not miss.
Remember to check on Facebook, Prophetess Teresa, Instagram, Prophetess_Teresa, and my YouTube channel is Prophetess Teresa. I love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Cheers.